Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. In the last episode, we finished hooking or splitting off of the bus into the mall, and between the episodes, I ran all of the belts down from the other end where the products are being made. So we have rotors, motors. This one still hasn't come yet. This is computers. Hopefully, it's on its way. High-speed connectors and supercomputers. So let's go take a look at computers. Because I want to come down here anyway. So at the end of, or near the end of the last episode, we saw that the computers, the bin we had the computers kept in was empty. So the computers weren't getting made. And nope, still no computers here. So they might be still being prioritized to go on the other belt. Yeah, there's only 4 on that whole belt. So right now they're getting slurped up by the supercomputers and possibly whatever else is using them. Yeah, here they're getting used to make high-speed connectors, I believe. No, that's the supercomputers. I also saw and removed while I was down here that the bin that was here holding the circuit boards was also empty, and these were not getting output. So I fixed that as well. So now these are getting made. Wait, that's computers. Okay, that's computers. They're still getting made. Circuit boards, maybe they're here. They are here. Okay, that one was empty as well. So I emptied that out. I wanted to also check on the bins for the other products, like heavy frames. Almost out. Rotors, motors, and stators. We are waiting on those. So once I get them hooked up to the mall and get those drained out of here, I mean, there's a lot of rotors, there's only a couple motors, and there's a lot of stators. So once I hook up those products to the mall, those will get pulled out of these boxes pretty fast, and they'll get output down there. But at least we know that the priority splitters, what is this? We don't need that going that way. At least we know the priority splitters are working the way they are intended to work, because they are splitting off the computers. Whichever one was computers again. I think it's this one here. No, it was over here. Was it you? Or was it you? Or was it you? No, I think it's this one here. Whichever one it was. They are... We know they're working... We know the splitter here is working because there's only computers going along this belt over here. They're not coming this way yet. So hopefully they make it their way down here. Power is becoming closer to becoming an issue. We're probably about 1,000 away from crashing the thing. So I want to be very careful about what I hook up to the mall. But we can at least hook up the... we can at least put all the lifts in, and that way we can hook the belts up as we need to. So my plan is to just start putting these down and then hook the lifts in as needed. Or hook the lifts in and then hook the belts up as needed. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so if you go there. So we need 7. That's 4, 5, 6. Nope. That's weird. And 7. And then one of them is going to be 8, but I have to look and see. I think it's... I don't remember which one it is. Go there. That's 3. Okay, you're going to be a pain, aren't you? And I don't know why the control's not... Oh, no, it's working now. Okay, good. That's 5, 6, and 7. So then we can take these lifts here. Who all is faster than Mark 1? Quick wire. Cable? Really? I guess I should check my spreadsheet. So kind of starting from concrete is basically Mark 1. It was 65, but I think we just put it at 60 and said that's fine. Because it's there at 60. Let's see. Wire is 26. Cable is 90. Iron rods is 43. And the reason cable is so high is because I just made one full assembler, and that's what we had left over. Iron rods 43, iron plates 41, reinforced iron plates about 11, copper sheets about 13, all-clad 22, plastic 35, rubber 60.18, so we only did 60 for that one, I believe. Steel pipes, steel beams, encased industrial beams, those are all low. Modular frames, rotors, motors. Quick wire was 96, well, it was 90. There's 6.5 surplus elsewhere. Computers, AI limiters. Wait, we didn't have those coming down here. No. High-speed connectors, supercomputers, batteries, turbo motors, beacons, packaged fuel, nobelisks, filters, cartridges, and iodine filters. So yeah, so we have everything except for cable and quick wire are Mark 1. So that makes life easy. And those are bottom rows anyway. Let's do these first. So this takes us up to number 4 right there. So concrete would be a number 5. 4 and 5 and 6. That's pipe. Also put my precision mode on. 4, 5, and 6, and 7 is that reinforced iron plates right there? Yes. Sorry about the slow movement. It's precision. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 is empty. And 9, and I feel like I went too high. Shoot. 7, 8, 9. 9 is reinforced or encased iron or encased beams or whatever they're called. 9, 10, 11, 12. Hopefully. Seven. So I should be able to just hook those in when I'm ready, but I'm not ready yet. And then here, these go like this. And then that's 0, 1, 2. And where's the fuel at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 and 6. And then we need a Mark II lift here. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eight. And we go back to Mark 1. Let's see, we're skipping 9. That's 10, 11, 12, and 13. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, there was 10, wasn't it? I hope that's right. That feels wrong. Those both felt wrong. That one's wrong because it's not even in the right spot. That's why that one felt wrong. Okay, let's try that one again. Okay, that's better. You know what? I just thought of something. These are all backwards. Yep, these are all backward. I can't even put these in here yet. Shoot. Not without... Even that one's going to be backward. Yep, that whole row is going to be backward because these ones I was able to attach to the box so they knew their direction. These other ones I'm going to have to do something different with. What if I did... Let's see if this works. This might work. How does that look? I don't like that it looks that way, so I'm going to take the belts back out again. Because it wasn't clipped all the way into the thing here, like this. It was like stopped part way. But it'll work for lining it up. See how it stops right there? And I assume it probably works. It probably connects in. But I don't like the way that it looks. So that will come out and then we'll redo it like this. Okay. So I think I will put these belts in first. And that way I can connect these up. And that one was supposed to have been a Mark II, but that's easy to fix. Like that. That also helps with the snapping too. That's nice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's right. Oh, I just noticed something. I wonder how long I've been not noticing this. When I place the thing here, it tells me that it costs 4 plates. That's 2 height. When I go up to the next height, the half height, it goes up to 6, and then it stays at 6 for the full 3. So what I can do is, I know that this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're skipping 9, so this one's at 10. So I should be able to go up to 20 to the second click of 20 and be able to use it like that. That makes my life a lot easier. So this is 22, but it's got to be the higher of the 22s. That's 11. How close am I to an edge here? Okay, I'm okay. And that's all I need to do is fall off of this thing. And then this is 12, so we need to go to the higher of the 12s. That keeps me from having to count like I'm a Sesame Street character here. And this is 13, so this goes to 26. Again, the higher of the 2. There we go. You go there. And then I can replace these belts quickly. And we can go to the other side. I'm trying to decide which products I want to have in the mall right away. And which ones that I think can wait until I have more power. And I think the ones that I want are going to be the ones that are going to be needed to make the nuclear plant. I'm assuming this works the same. These are all, yeah. So this is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, and then 7. We're starting at 2, so that's a height of 5. So we should be able to go up to 10. The second number 10 right there. And that looked like it's correct. That's for this one. Yeah, that one would be correct. Excellent. That makes my life a lot easier. And then this one's going up, so this will be the second to 12. That's there. So we're going up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. You go up to the second 14. Nothing's... Well, I should just do it like this because nothing is skipped. Second 16. The second 18. And then this is the one that has our extra box because this is 5 through 12. So we need to actually put an extra box in here, and I'm just going to put it on the ground floor. And then that'll go up to 12 is 24. Right there. Okay, and then we can do these. They're going to go 2 short of that, I think, was where we were putting it. Yep, that's it. Nope. I have no idea what that guideline is finding. I mean, that one was finding that because it was going right into there. But with the guideline this way must be centering on the stackable or something. The other stackable. Okay, so let's do this. So we need to go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Those are some high belts. So 8 will be 16. The higher 16. And then the higher of the 18s. 20. 22. I don't have enough plates. Ah, but we put the plates in the mall. And it's full. It's awesome. Grab a bunch. I had like 600 to start this episode out, so we've already torn through that many belts. Or that many plates, I mean. I forgot what number we were on. 22, I think. And then 24. 26. Please. Thank you. And 28. Because it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep. Okay, so that's... Oh, I forgot. I need to delete all these belts. And stackables. Or, conveyor poles. Do. Next. And then we can figure out what we're going to need for a nuclear plant. Okay, let's go out here. We have some open space. I could also rebuild the space elevator. I think I was going to do it here. Out here, I mean. The other thing I could do is I could actually run a little belt out here so that I can see what's on the mall. Is that too much? That might be too much. Is that too much? Because I can just like hit it with that, or sometimes you can see the items over the mall. The only issue is that I then can't put this one. Actually, I can't put that one there. But that looks dumb. So I'm not going to do that. I'll think about that. I don't know if I want it or not. Because that'll kind of crowd in. I mean, the shortest I could make it would be like here. And then I would want to use the stackable poles here like this. That's the shortest they could be. Is that too much space? That one I'll think about. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess like one item-ish on the tip of the belt there. that I can see where things are. All right, so what do we need for the nuclear plant? So I did do a couple of nuclear plants actually for. Let me pull those up here. Yes, so hopefully you can see that well. I did 2 nuclear plants, one using all of the basic recipes from again raw ingredients here, all the way up to the output, which is simply nuclear fuel rods. 0.4 fuel rods per minute powers 2 nuclear plants. So that's kind of with mostly the base recipes. I did use a couple of alternates here, just because they make enough sense to use them. But for the most part, I used all the basic recipes. On the other hand, there's this second nuclear plant. It uses far fewer resources. Well, sulfuric acid isn't really an input resource. It uses far fewer resources here than this one does, as you can see. Well, it doesn't use any limestone. It uses the same amount of iron. It actually uses more copper. Okay, maybe I lied. More deuterium, much less coal. It uses some raw quartz. Uses less sulfur. Uses less uranium. And it uses less water. But, so it uses a little bit more of some, the same of some, and less of others. But it makes enough for an additional nuclear tower. And that's as many as I would build, I think. For this is just 3. But I think we could do this plan. The potential issue with this plan is that the nearest quartz to where I want to build the nuclear plant, which is where I want to build it, is here. This little valley or oasis or whatever you want to call it here. And the reason I want to build it here is because there are a lot of resources in the area. Most everything actually is in the area. There's a pure limestone node right here right here. There's there's pure iron nodes right around there as well. Let me zoom in a little bit. There's pure iron nodes right around there as well. I think actually, didn't someone tell me that I can that I can scan for stuff? It might be too far away. Then the pings show up on the map? But I'm probably too far away from them. But they are showing up on the map. So that's something. Or at least the one did. No, there's some there too. Those did. But I'm too far away from those. Okay, but the point is, I'm looking at the map on satisfactory-calculator.com to tell me where these things are. So iron's right out there as well. Copper is up here on this plateau, which isn't too far away. Deuterium is there's an impure node, normal node, right up here, also, right next to the iron node that's up there, I think. Yeah, they're kind of right next to each other. There's a bunch of coal in this valley, like to the point where it's way more than we would ever need for nuclear. But that's there. Did we need oil? We didn't need oil, I don't think, for this, which I was grateful for, because there's oil not too far away, but far enough away that I don't care. There's sulfur right on the north edge of this ridge. Actually, let me make sure there isn't any oil in this build. Nope, no oil. Okay. There's sulfur right up here on the ridge. And there is... what else do we need for this? Uranium, of course. There's uranium a little ways away. Uranium's not close, but given that we need water for some of this stuff, and the proximity there of the water, and this kind of interesting valley, I think it will be neat to do it this way. So my plan would be to bring all the materials down off the ridge of the valley and through. So there's limestone, I think, in this this little crevice here that goes into the valley. Like I said, there's some stuff up here, stuff up here. The copper's over here. My plan was to bring it all into the valley, do all the processing as shown on the spreadsheet, and then have like the 3 nuclear towers up here on the ridge. That of course means pumping the water up to the nuclear towers for coolant, but I think it'll look cool. And that's kind of what I wanted to do with this build. So is to look cool. I think that's all that we actually need for this build. In terms of materials, input materials, iron. Oh, we don't need the limestone. Never mind. Iron, copper, caterium. Which there's caterium up here, copper was there, iron was here, coal's on the floor. Quartz we need to look for. Sulfur's up here, and then uranium was off either down here. Is either down here in this water, or in this, I think it's the top of a waterfall here, which is kind of funny. Or there's one over here somewhere on the edge of this area that I haven't been to. I have been up there. Oh, I didn't explore it all yet, because this is where the Red Forest Station is, but I didn't explore the whole thing up here yet, because there's still a few hard drives we haven't gotten that are up here, and then I think there's a couple over here we didn't get either. But there's still hard drives we can't use, so I'm not going to bother getting them. Maybe. But there's uranium there, and there's uranium here, but I think this is the better one to get. It's closer, and we have to kind of go in that direction anyway to get to the copper, so bringing the uranium along the same path seems logical, or a similar path at least, seems logical. I don't really know what we're going to face out there as far as aliens. The other thing that I would like to do is I would like to look for the geysers in this direction, because there are also geysers out there. Let's do another ping for geyser. And these are probably also too far. So we got the one underneath us. We also picked up this one. And we picked up, is it there on this map? Yep, right there. And that's all it's going to show me. Okay, good. There's one down here, which isn't too far from that one, so it wouldn't be bad to run a power line down there. And then once we're there, running a power line to around here for another one, and here for 2 more wouldn't be too bad, especially since we're going into here to build nuclear power anyway. So I could grab the stuff we need for 4 geysers and build those. There's also 2 geysers up here, which wouldn't be too horrible either to build. But maybe the better option as far as running the power line, this is kind of the road here, and we ran this one up to the road and then along. So maybe running the power line along the road and into here wouldn't be that bad, because then I could run this out into these guys. Now these guys are down in the valley, so I'd have to climb down there to get to them, and I'm not sure the easiest way down, but we could do that as well. So maybe I'll see what the materials are for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 geysers. And then we can also pull back up the spreadsheet here, and we can look at how much of each type of factory we're going to need. I'm sure I'm going to be running back here for materials, because you know I will never have everything correctly the first time. But in terms of smelters and foundries, I mean, look at this. This is like one of each, basically, in fractions of each, but one of each, basically. A refinery for sulfuric acid. Two constructors for wire. That's basically nothing. Again, we're less than one, less than one, less than one. 2 constructors for quick wire. I could just overclock that one as well at 1.11. That's probably just overclockable. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then one manufacturer making the nuclear fuel units. So I think gathering up the materials for this, I don't know, I guess I can use, yes I can actually. I can use some Excel trickery here. 66.4 is our maximum here, and that's quick wire. So we're going to need a ton. If I excluded that one, if I could exclude that one. $11.4. 49.6. So yeah, so other than the quick wire, which would be a Mark II belt, at least for some of the length of it, everything else is Mark I belt, so that's a ton of iron. Sorry for the hard cut there. I realized as I ended the recording that I left the Excel spreadsheet up for the rest of the recording. So I'm going to record a little, I'm going to do a little bit more here in the episode, just a couple minutes, redoing kind of what I talked about at the end. So we just finished looking at the spreadsheet, and I wanted to just kind of look at what all materials are required for the machines and whatnot that we're going to use to build the nuclear plant. So we need, of course, a bunch of constructors, but those items are reinforced iron plates and cable. Assemblers take those, as well as rotors. Manufacturers take some different stuff, including plastic. So that's going to be a little bit more involved. We don't need oil extractors. The refinery here takes some of the similar stuff as the manufacturers. So we'll just double up with that. But we only need like one refinery, I think, or something, or maybe a couple refineries. It's not very many. Copper sheets and sulfuric acid. I think that might actually be about it. Oh no, copper sheets are constructors because we're just going to use the regular recipe for that, not the steamed ones. Water extractor, we need like one of these. Actually, it's going to be way downclocked even. So, and they take some of the similar items as the refinery combined with some of the assembler and constructors. So there's not anything real surprising there. Miners Mark I, we shouldn't need any Mark II miners. Unless, even if they're impure nodes that we have to tap, those are still going to give us 60. No, normal is 60. If they're impure, they're 30. So if it's impure and we need more than 30, we'll have to use a Mark II miner, but I don't see that happening much, if at all. And then smelters and foundries are... smelters take, wire and rod, so that's nothing really. And then the foundries take similar items as to some of the other stuff, so that won't be that won't be bad either. And then obviously we'll need everything for belts. As we talked about, everything's gonna be Mark I except for Caterium or Quickwire, which is Mark II, so that's not a big deal. So I don't want to really hook much else up. Maybe the concrete would be good to hook up here, if I can get in there, because that's something that we constantly need a lot of. No, actually I won't. And the reason I won't is because I need to do some trimming here on the foundations, where I have too many placed down. Like this whole chunk here can come out, although I'll probably leave it out to here. Although I do want to put the space elevator out here, so I don't know. I might end up turning the concrete back on. But the ones that I want to hook up are the rotors and the motors, which are up here on the inner belt. The motors are the second. Can I see it, please? The motors are the second one from the top. There, right there, because that's the first one. Second one from the top, and the rotors are the fourth one from the top. So maybe I can climb. Ooh, I can climb up here to get those. That's a good idea. I did not do that a minute ago. So you go here, second one from the end. Yeah. And then you go here, second one from that. And then that way those will go into the boxes here. And they'll empty out the boxes that are down at the far end of the bus. The other thing that was in a box was the heavy frames, but I think I'll just take those. I think there was like a stack or so left. And we're going to need a few of them for something or other. The manufacturers, I think. Yeah, we're going to need a few of them probably for manufacturers. There's a few manufacturers in this. And then... and so I'll work on a list of everything we need. A summary kind of thing. And start gathering up some materials to load the car up next time. I will meet you all down at the far end down there to remove those boxes and extra belts while these items are all loading. And then in the next episode, we can head our way in the car down along the road, running power poles as we go past where we left off with the others, which were... Where were they at? I think we were right about here. So we have the road about here. We'll start here with the power poles and run them down and into this way. We'll hit the... we can spin off and go to the different geothermal nodes and take those items with us as well to put those down. So that'll be it for today. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.